What is up? The sound was a little bit off, and I can't do y'all like that. But welcome to another rookie reset. Now you may be saying, what the hell is a rookie reset? Well, folks, it would be an evening just like this, except I would be stressed the hell out because I couldn't imagine my classroom. Quite frankly, I can figure out this whole teaching thing. So each week we we come to the Rookie Reset to provide you with practical tools, tips to hopefully help you reset your class. Because a lot of times new teachers they quit too soon because they're not getting the support they need. So in this space, that's what we hope to do to help you out, new teacher. Now you may be saying, "Who the heck am I?" My name is Andrea Fitzgerald. I'm an author, a speaker, an educator, and also a person, like I said, really committed to helping new teachers stay in the game. So today we are going to talk about the draft, the deal, and the development, specifically the development. But many years ago, I worked in the NBA, and the coach, not the coach, but the GM, he said, GM Kenny Williamson, rest in peace. His name is Eggman, and he's asked me. He said, or no, he didn't ask me. I asked him. I said, "What does it take to make a solid NBA team?" And he said, "The draft, the deal, or the development." And the draft, he said, is obviously finding talent out there to do, to bring into your team. And then the other thing he said is the deal. So recruiting new teachers. Thank you. Appreciate you. But he said the deal. So maybe you already have a system in place, which shout out to my Grizzlies. That's what we doing now. We trying to find a deal. But you find different talent to build on the foundation of what you already have. So it might be a vet, maybe it's another teacher, maybe it's another, someone else at another school, or another team, and you bring them into what you got. You make some type of trade to bring them there. And then the last one is development. And that's where you are the talent that you have, you're making them better. And one of the things I remember him saying, he said, a lot of times people focus so much on the draft and the deal, they forget about the development. Because he said, in the draft, he's like, I mean, you're only drafted, there's only 60 players. He said, you very rarely are you going to get a generational talent, right? But he said very rarely get a generational talent. He said, but what you may do, he said, and he said, if even the deal, he's like, you may not find the perfect one. He's like, you have to consider your market, where you are. Like, if it's a small market, maybe people don't want to come there or something like that. But he said the development, that is where you grow the talent you already have. He said a lot of times people forget that. They're so focused on the draft and the deal that they're not developing what they already got. And so if you are listening and say, what does this have to do with me, Fitz? There's nothing to do with me. I think this message is actually for leaders who are supporting the new teachers, but it's also for new teachers. So I think that the draft is bringing in the new teachers. This is I'm recruiting you to my school, and then the deal is maybe you bring in a vet to your school to build on the foundation of what you already have. And then the last one is the development. This professional learning. This is building and growing the talent that you already have. Now, I think that the draft, those are our new teachers, and the development, that's the part that we're going to focus on because that's the part that's most relevant to a new teacher. So what does that mean in terms of development? Because as a new teacher, what are some ways that I can develop myself? Because you maybe say, there's no one here. How am I going to support me? What am I going to do here? Like, there's no one to help me. What can I do to help myself? Because I want to say the headline, when we think about development, it is all about tools. That is what development is all about, acquiring new tools. Because when we don't have the tools, it just makes things more challenging. And I think as a new teacher, we don't come in the door with the tools that you learn as you continue to grow as a teacher. Like, you just don't have them yet, and that's okay, right? Like anything we're starting, I always say that regardless of your experience or not, at some point you're going to be a rookie, and it's all about us embracing that rookiness. We're all learning out here. So that's okay. So I want to tell you 4 ways to develop yourself. And even as a leader, 4 ways to support your teachers in terms of development. So I think one of the first ways is collaboration. So one of the things that I think that was really, really key in my success as a new teacher is that I had 3 other math teachers on my team. They were experienced, they were solid, and excuse my French, damn, they were good. But we would meet 7 period every day, and we were doing PLCs before it was PLCs. So we would talk about, this is what we're going to teach, this is how we're going to teach it. We would get up, we would practice, we would give each other feedback. They had me get up and practice, they give me feedback. But we would do a PLC for their PLCs. But that collaboration, I didn't know what the crap I was doing, but seeing those other teachers do it and them giving me feedback and us talking through and they giving me ideas because I didn't necessarily have the tools, then that is one of the ways you can do this. So if there are other teachers in your building, hey, ask them, let's get together, let's talk about what we're doing if you're not already doing this. But and if you need help, ask for it, right? I think the next thing, hold on, wait a minute, let me check up my notes, wait a second. So we got collaboration. I think the next thing that you can do is a mentor. So one of the things when I was a teacher, I screamed every day, y'all. I didn't know that kids could be quiet while you talk. Like, I didn't know that. And sorry guys, I'm outside. It's a little loud out here. But I didn't know the kids could be quiet while you talk. Well, I saw my mentor, Miss Holmes. I saw her teach, and the kids were quiet while she was talking. I said, oh, this is a thing. But I didn't know it was possible until I actually saw her. She would come in my classroom. I remember one time she came in, she was like, oh no, girl, we can't we can't do this. But she kind of talked me through things. She asked what I need help with, and it was specific to me. Versus the first one we're talking about in group. But with a mentor, they're specifically there to support you. New teachers absolutely need it. I think I read an article a few years ago, and they said a lot of times as a new teacher, we focus so much on the strategies to help them, but really and truly what a new teacher needs, they need support. I don't know what I would have done without Miss Holmes. She was just so helpful and just answering my question and think like specific to what I needed. So find a mentor. And I would also recommend finding someone who's really strong, even in your expertise or subject area. I think would be very beneficial. Find someone with a positive attitude and someone about you practical things, because those teachers that you engage with, they set the foundation for the remainder of your career. I think that because they were so strong, I didn't think there was any other way to do it. I literally did not. When I became a coach, I was shocked, because when I started like going all over different places and going to different classes, because I thought this is just what you do, because this was the consistent thing that I saw my entire time as a teacher. So finding a mentor, getting that collaboration is very key in those first years. And if there's no one in your building, find other people at different schools. There are people, let me tell you, teachers love to share. I think the other thing is that you can do as well is professional learning. And you may say, you know what, Fitz, I don't have time for that. I'm struggling just to breathe right now. And one thing I'm going to say, shout out to SES, because let me tell you something about SES. One thing they're going to do, they're going to develop you. You are going to get that good development for Shelby County Schools. Shout out to y'all, because I tell you, they offer so much professional development. And I grew so much just saying yes, and I'll tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was on an interview panel, and it was a young lady. She attended every single professional development that the district offered, every single one of them. Now, on this panel, when you looked at resumes, all the other people really had more experience than her, but you know who got offered the job? Her. And you know why? Because what happens is when you start developing yourself, even if 2 people right here, the development, you're getting more tools. You're getting more. I don't know if you see my hand, but you're getting more tools. You're getting better at the thing that you are already doing. And you're surpassing the other people because you're acquiring more things. You're having more things in your toolkit, and you're becoming better at what you do. You're building your expertise. So professional development, just say yes, because again, this is all about acquiring more tools to help you better manage your class, better instructionally do your thing in the class. And then the last one is books. And if you need a good one, y'all see it, the Rookies Playbook, baby. Check it out. But on a serious note, whether it's my book or another book, books offer a different perspective. These are other people's ideas. These are people who have already done the thing that you're trying to do, saving your time, space, and energy. Books. Recently, I read a book called Platonic, and for a lot of my times, I've been adverse to conflict because I thought that it had to be this big thing. It's not this big thing. You know, in this book, I learned that actually you can have a healthy dialogue without screaming and yelling, and tell someone kindly and compassionately how you feel about something without tearing them down. I didn't know that. And so now I'm striving to do that thing because I read it in a book, and it shifted my perspective. That's all books are about, shifting your perspective and acquiring new tools. So whether it's my book or another book, definitely, you know, get some books to help you. Now, I will tell you, I'm gonna put a plug in for my book because I feel like it's a pretty freaking good book. One of the things that I often wish when I was a new teacher, I was like, I just need some practical stuff. Like I dig Harry Wog. I think it was a good book. It had me some different tools, but I was like, I need, like, what could I do yesterday? Like yesterday, what would have made my life easier? So that's what I try to do in this book, like practical things like you can implement immediately. And I've gotten that feedback from several people. So if you need a book to just get you going, check out the Rookies Playbook, baby. That's one of the ways to shift your perspective. So thank you all for tuning in. And just to recap the draft, development, and the deal, we talked specifically about the development. So collaborating with other teachers, getting you a mentor, attending professional learning, possibly reading books to change your perspective. These are 4 things you can do right now to develop yourself and acquire tools to help you. And so I'll close out with this. I failed my teacher prep exam, my content knowledge. I failed that thing 3 times. I think it might have been 2 or 3. I can't remember. But the 3rd time I passed that sucker. And I remember there was this one question, and it was about triangles. And the only tool I had in my toolkit was Pythagorean theorem. And I got that problem wrong every single time. Well, the last time that I did pass, I worked with my brother. He tutored me on the upper level math. So I had more tools in my toolkit. And so when I saw that problem, I was like, oh, this is law of sines, this is law of cosines. And so I was able to get that problem right. And I knew I got that problem right, because the thing about that test is if you can't recognize what skill it is, like it's going, and you ain't got the tool for it, like it's like, nah, it's gonna, more than likely it's gonna be wrong. So but I was able to attack that problem because I had the tools that I needed. The same is true for you as a new teacher. When you develop yourself, when you have a mentor, when you collaborate with others, when you attend professional development, when you possibly read books, that's what helps you grow as a educator, because you have more tools. And if you need any other reason, hey, people who grow themselves, they make 35% more money than those that don't. Because it takes a level of self-reflection to be able to do that. So thank you all for tuning in, rookies. Get out there this weekend, do those rookie reset push-ups. Guess what, y'all? I believe in you. You can do this. Stay in the game. And I'm out.